Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This has been an interesting week over here on the West Coast. It's been quite challenging, I gotta tell you. It's been quite challenging getting episodes of hashtag Rise and Grind to you live every single day at 2:30 in the morning. Not necessarily as challenging with sleep and sleep cycles, although be it that has been a little bit difficult, of course, right? A little bit difficult. In order to get the proper amount of sleep, I have to go to bed at 8:40, or if I don't go to bed at 8:40, I have to go to bed at 10:50, which puts you on one sleep cycle, and then I got to get up at 1 o'clock in the morning and then build the show, put the show together, so on and so forth, right? So that part alone can be quite challenging being over here on the West Coast. But we can get past that part if we can get all of our tools and technology to agree with us, then it wouldn't be as difficult, right? Because, hey, all right, the sleep part, that's whatever. We do whatever it takes there. But when your technology is not cooperating, then you're like, all right, come on, we got to make this happen. But hey, this is episode 913 of hashtag Rise and Grind. Is that right? 910, 911, 9 today's Wednesday. This would be episode 912. Can you believe it? 912 episodes of hashtag Rise and Grind. So we're going to dive into that right now. We're talking about whatever it takes, getting it done. Let's go!
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? See, there's no excuse for you not pushing yourself to the next level. In order for you to create a new you must have a new mindset. When teams come together, we can create things that are greater than the sum of all of their parts. Good morning and welcome to hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to 8, and the creator of what is going to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Wednesday. That's right. That's right? Yeah. CMA Day. That's right. Today is Wednesday, aka CMA Day, which is Carter Myers Automotive Group, one of the most incredible automotive, whatever word you want to use, groups in the country, led by the one and only Liza Myers Borges and her incredible team over there in Virginia. I'm always so grateful for Wednesdays and my opportunity to spend time with that incredible organization. They're just amazing superhumans. So today is Wednesday, July 14th, 2021. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Wednesday, July 14th, 2021. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most, and I do mean the absolute most, of this absolutely incredible day. Incredible day. So I'm coming live to you from Orange County, California. Some crazy place called Orange County. I think I'm in like Santa Ana or something like that. I'm over here in good old Cali doing the California tour. Yesterday morning, I was in Napa, and I got to spend some time in Napa with some just amazing superhumans from the auto industry at an incredible conference put on by Glenn and Brian Pash. That was incredibly informative. So I got to spend a couple days down there, and then about midday yesterday, shot down to Oakland California, where I hopped on a plane and flew down to Santa Ana, Orange County, here in Orange County, to meet up with an incredible dude by the name of David Meltzer. And David Meltzer is a guy that is doing whatever it takes. Simple as that. David Meltzer is a guy that is doing whatever it takes. He is the guy that used to own the sports agency that the real life Jerry Maguire movie was made off of, right? He owned that sports agency. And he is a guy who, over his career, he has helped launch the careers of many celebrities and professional athletes. He's been agents to some of the giants like Adrian Peterson. He does all kinds of work with Warren Moon and Marshall Faulk and other Hall of Fame athletes from the NFL, the NBA, Major League Baseball. And he also is a human who put together in his life, he amassed $400 million in wealth and lost it all. Let that sink in. Dude had $400 million in wealth. Excuse me. And he lost it all. This morning, Brian Hess on Clubhouse, he was talking about that. And he was talking about failure, right? What do we do when we fail? How do we bounce back from failure? Where does failure play a role, ultimately in our success? And so I look at a guy like Dave Meltzer, right? And to be able to bounce back to where he almost lost his wife, he did lose all of his money. And ultimately, he was living this highfalutin, high society lifestyle with the fast cars and the nice boats and the drugs and the nightlife and all of those things. He was living this facade that he thought he was going to find fulfillment and joy within. And ultimately, all of it was stripped of him. And it wasn't until he turned his life to where he said, you know what, I'm going to do whatever it takes to empower 1,000 people to empower 1,000 people. That's his mission. If I can empower 1,000 people to empower 1,000 people, then ultimately we can empower 1 billion people across the planet to make money, to have fun, and to be love for one another. Once he got real clear on direct on his why, once he realized that this life wasn't about him, but ultimately about the impact he could have on other people's lives, he has shifted. He has made the comeback. His wealth is back. His family is thriving. And last night when I got here into Orange County, he invited me over to dinner, where I went to the place where he was having dinner with 17 of his closest friends. And we're talking people of incredible levels, people that have done amazing things in their careers. I got to shake their hands. I got to break bread with them. I got to just breathe in their energy last night, which was absolutely incredible. And to see them celebrate him. He has a new show that we're recording. He recorded all day yesterday. We'll be recording today. We'll be recording tomorrow. I have the honor of being on this show. It'll launch in October. You guys will be able to catch it on Amazon Prime, which I'm super excited about. But to watch him be celebrated in front of his daughter, Mia, and in front of his wife, and all of his friends were there clapping and celebrating the positive impact that he's made in their lives. It was incredible. It was incredible. So that's what my day looked like yesterday. And so now here I am coming to you today wondering, what is your why? Like we've talked this week, right? We talked about, yesterday I talked to you a lot about the automotive industry. We talked about the automotive industry and we talked about how out there in the automotive industry, and to be honest, in a lot of other industries, there's really a David and Goliath type thing going on, right? We've got the tech companies that are coming in that have their trillions of dollars, just absolutely unlimited income and resources and ability to shift and pivot on a dime, right? We talked about them coming in and how the family owned and operated businesses that don't necessarily have that They have more mandates. They have more restrictions. They're not able to pivot and shift as quickly and as fastly. They actually do have budgets. They do have a limited amount of money and resources and people and so on and so forth, right? And so it's this battle of big tech company and what they can do. And even the manufacturers themselves in the auto industry, the manufacturers themselves are trying to position themselves in ways that is financially beneficial, but not necessarily beneficial to the blood, sweat, and tears of these legacy dealers that were put together 100 years ago, 80 years ago, 60 years ago, right? And so we talked about that yesterday and how resilient the auto industry is and how the players in the auto industry are willing to do whatever it takes to keep their legacies going, whatever it takes to continue to, as Liza and Carter Myers Automotive would say, move lives forward, right? And we talked about how important it is for you to do the same. How important it is for you to do whatever it takes so that the legacy of your business stays intact no matter what the economy throws at it or what the future brings. So that the legacy, the impact that you can make on your family, 3-generational, the people that came after you and the people that came before you, both are equally important, right? And so we talked about that yesterday. We also read some words of wisdom from the greats. Right? John Assaraf said, if you're interested, you'll do what is convenient. If you're committed, you'll do whatever it takes, right? Steph Curry said, doesn't matter where you come from, what you have or don't have. All you need to have is faith in God, an undying passion for what you do and what you choose to do in this life, and a relentless drive and the will to do whatever it takes to be successful in whatever you put your mind to. We broke down yesterday how important it was for you to measure all the different aspects and areas of your lives, to make sure that you're increasing your efficiencies across the board, to make sure that you have the right tools and that you're utilizing those. We talked about making sure that you have the ability to shift and pivot, move your sails as the winds change around you, right? And we just talked about how important it was for you to step into and for you to own who you are and whose you are, so that ultimately you can do whatever it takes. So today I want to take it a step further. Because to be honest with you, I can give you the tools to do whatever it takes. And we can model and mirror what it looks like to do whatever it takes. And we can motivate and educate and inspire you to do whatever it takes. But until you get real clear on why it's important for you to do whatever it takes, you specifically, not why it's important for me, not why it's important for Liza, not why it's important for anybody else that's on this stage or in this room, but ultimately why it is important for you specifically to do whatever it takes. Until we get real clear on that, none of the rest matters. None of the rest matters. And that's what I want to dive into today. Before we do, though, before we go too far, you know what we got to do on this show. On this show, we got to do a little dancing.
Wake up.
Is that playing? Yes. Okay. The music is playing, not over on Clubhouse, but it is playing over on Facebook. So for those of you that know and those of you that don't know, this is part of the show. I need you to hit that share button, okay? I need you to hit that share button. Because I believe if we can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet, all right? I truly believe that. And sometimes all it takes to change the way somebody starts their day is for you to hit that share button. So if you're on Facebook, share it out. If you're watching on YouTube, connect with me there. If you're on Clubhouse, hit that plus button in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Invite all your friends to join in here. I would greatly appreciate it. This is also the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you. I want you to say good morning to me, whether you're watching live or you're watching on replay, whether you're listening to the podcast, which, by the way, we do now have the Breakfast with Champions podcast as well. So we have the hashtag Rise and Grind podcast, which you can find anywhere. And then we have Breakfast with Champions. So if you haven't downloaded the Breakfast of Champions, please do so. Download an episode, hit that subscribe button, leave us a review. We greatly appreciate it. We're still working on launching on iTunes. There were some connection pieces that we had to put together yesterday, so hopefully it'll be showing up on iTunes soon. But we do know it is showing up on Spotify and any of the other areas that podcasts are at. So I would love to connect you there. And again, this is the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you. You say good morning to me. So good morning, Cheryl Alexander. How you doing, Rick Shalisky? Great to see you. What's up, Cherise Houston? How you doing, Mr. Sean Bradley? Great to see you this morning. We've got Maggie Millwood in the house. Mr. Brad Smith is up in here. Rob Hatfield and Michael Huey. What's up, Mark Ellis? How you doing, Jeff Baker and Tom Polk? Great to see you. How you doing, Marilyn Wilkin? We've got Helena Bowles is up in here. Denise Quarles, Brad Smith. We've got Megan DiMartino, Mrs. Whitney Wells. Jay Wilborn is up in here this morning as well. Paradise Rodriguez Bordeaux. Great to see you, and Tim Fair. I see my friend Molly Dare is in the house. Mr. Coach Isaac is up in here. Alpha 6 is in the house this morning. What's up, Alpha? Great to see you. Alpha's playing some music. It might be a little loud out there. Make sure it's not too loud, but thank you for that. That's amazing. I also say good morning to Mr. Chuck. Oh, that was weird. My headphones did something weird. Hopefully you still hear me. I see Laura Wild is in the house. And what's up, David Hill? Good to see you as well. We've got PM up in here. We've got Mark and Shannon in the house. Absolutely great to see you. What's up, Trust? Good, glad you're here this morning. My man Mario up here dropping bombs all the time. We've got Mallory and Michelle. We've got Lana and Thomas, and Linda is in the house. I see Christy and Chelsea, and my boy Dustin is up in here. Also, the human calculator, Scott Flansburgh, is up in here this morning. Great to see you, as well as Tara and Monica and Coco and Treva and Tosh and Dexter and Mark and Martin and Nathaniel and Oni and Lana and Sheila and Bree and Regina and Rob and Marcia. I wish I could say good morning to every single one of you. It would be amazing. I appreciate you sharing this space and this time with me. You guys are incredible. All right. With that said, let's go ahead and dive into today's episode. Whatever it takes. Why? Why? I need to know specifically from you. Why? You need to do whatever it takes. Let's go. I opened up my planner this morning, and when I opened up my planner, there are quotes at the top of every page of the hashtag Rise and Grind planner, right? Quotes that are submitted. I keep hearing something. I feel like somebody's going to come barging through that door of this hotel room any second. It's crazy. But there are quotes at the top of the hashtag Rise and Grind planner. And these are quotes that are submitted by actual Rise and Grind members. And today's quote was submitted by Sean Weatherby. And so I opened it up, and the quote said this. It said, pour back into your circle and your wealth will grow. Pour back into your circle and your wealth will grow. And as soon as I read that this morning, I thought, my gosh, the timing on this is ridiculous. Because I just watched this last night. I just experienced Dave Meltzer around his people, his wealth restored, all that he lost, and completely restored by pouring back into his people, right? Pouring into his circle, pouring into his family, pouring into his friends, pouring into others. And he's literally been able to build an empire that is growing and thriving, bigger and better than anything he ever could have put in before. So what a perfect picture of this, Sean, and I appreciate you sharing this quote with us, this favorite quote of yours, because it's so impactful, so powerful, and there's so many examples of this, and it's so true. And it ties right into what we're talking about today with why, right? Why do you need to build a certain level of success, right? Like the highest level you can possibly achieve. Why do you specifically need to continue to push yourself and to grow for more? Like why? Why not just settle where you're at? Why not be comfortable? Why not just be like, I'm cool, I've done it, I don't need to go any further? I swear I'm hearing crazy noises all around me. It's like starting to freak me out. Like, what is your why? What's gonna get you up at 1 o'clock in the morning to do whatever it takes? What's gonna really cause you to take a look at your life and say, you know what? I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. What is it that's gonna give you that fuel and that solid foundation to be able to push through when you don't want to, when you don't feel like it, when it doesn't make sense, when you're not getting rewarded for it? What is that for you? For some people, for it's family, and for others, I think you have to go even further than that. I think that we all know and feel ultimately a responsibility to impact our children, hopefully in a positive way. And I think we all know and feel a responsibility to make our parents proud. I think that everybody has that. And yet, for some reason, not everybody is willing to do whatever it takes to make sure that they are a 10 in the 7 main areas of their lives, right? Their faith, their fitness, their finances, their family, their friends, their careers, and ultimately their mental health. Everybody will tell you that their family is their why, but not everybody will do whatever it takes. Why is that? You see, it's important that you get really granular here. It's important that you get super, super clear. Otherwise, inspiration, motivation, and education is not enough. There has to be something next level. When I was flying on the plane over here to Orange County last night, as I was on the plane, I watched this new movie called Land, Land. And you see, I love to watch movies while I'm on the plane. And I look around and I see many people that are on the plane that are working, that are catching up on emails, that are doing all of these things, right? And I get it. I totally get it. Like being up in a plane, in a capsule where no one else can reach you, it's a great time to get some work done. I agree. But on the other side of that, secretly, I'm looking at you going, what are you doing with your life? Like, why haven't you built something that when you're 30,000 feet above land, you're experiencing the miracle of flight. You're a human being that is flying at 400 miles an hour through the air. You're experiencing that, and you can't turn off the earthly things. You can't turn off work for an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours or however long it is. That's how my mind says it. So when you and I can have a difference of opinion, because I know a lot of people that love to work on the plane, and I'm just like, I don't work on planes. Like I could, and I have, but I choose not to. Instead, I choose to go off to some far off land, watch a movie, and just do things that I wouldn't be able to do. Because as soon as I'm back on ground, the phone's popping, the emails are coming, the notifications are getting lit up, the kids needing something, the wife's up to something, everything, the employees need something, right? There's always something when I'm on the ground. But when I'm in the air, everyone gives me a pass. They're like, oh, well, Glenn was on a plane. I'm like, yeah, sure was. Could I have answered your email? Yeah, but I ain't going to. So I'm watching this movie called Land. Sorry, I got sidetracked there. Let me get off my soapbox. So I'm watching this movie called Land. And in this movie called Land, there's this woman that right at the very beginning of the movie, she buys a cabin up in the mountains, and they just show her buying this cabin, and as she's getting ready to like head up to the cabin, her phone rings, her cell phone rings, and she looks at it, and then she throws it in the trash. She throws her cell phone in the trash. And I instantly, emotionally was like, oh, that hurts. Like, oh, wow. And immediately I started rationalizing in my head, like, what is wrong with this woman? She's crazy. What is she doing? Throwing her cell phone in the trash. She's getting ready to go up in the woods. What if she needs to call somebody? What if somebody needs to call her? Like, how's she going to make any money? How's she going to live? How's she going to survive? Like, and it hit me how attached I am to this stinking device. And then from there, she goes up into the woods and she's got a cabin and she had a rental car and a U-Haul. And she tells the guy that like guided her up to the cabin. She tells him, hey, will you come send somebody to get that U-Haul and to get that car? I don't need it. I need it to be gone. And immediately I'm like, what is this crazy woman doing? She's going out into the woods. She has no, like way out into the woods. She's got no car. She's got no phone. How is she going to survive? How will she survive? No car, no phone? And then it hit me like, dude, human beings survived for thousands of years with no cars and no phones. But now we've gotten this, we're living this life where it's so cush, man. We can click a couple buttons, your food gets delivered to your door, right? Click another button, you're talking to somebody on the other side of the planet. Or you're spending time researching the never-ending volume of knowledge that we have on this planet, right? We're in this time in our lives where everything is so incredibly easy and so incredibly comfortable. And yet, in this world of comfort and ease and technology, I still see that the majority of their people are spending their lives in lack. The majority of people are spending their lives with anxieties and depressions and all of the things that you see going on in the world. It's gotten so much easier to win, and yet less people are winning. And I believe that's because in this world of disattachment, in this world that we currently live in, people have lost their why. You see, this woman was going up into the woods because she had lost her husband and lost her son. And she didn't understand ultimately why she was the one to survive. And she had survivor's guilt, and she realized that she was connected to the wrong things, and she hadn't taken advantage of every single moment of the joys and abundance and the blessings of the land around her. She was too busy working, too busy head down, too busy doing, right? And so she went out into the woods and she experienced and she learns and blah, blah, blah. And I won't tell you the rest of the story, but I was inspired once again, as I can be when I go into these imaginative places while I'm 30,000 feet above the land. I was inspired once again to remember why is it so important? What are the things that are most important to you? Then last night, as I got to the hotel room at whatever time that was, 10 p.m. last night after the dinner, I turned on the television so I could eat my dinner because I didn't have dinner with the Meltzers. And I turned on the TV and there was this guy named Ray Singleton. And Ray Singleton was singing on America's Got Talent. And he was actually singing a love song to his wife. And he told the story of how him and his wife met on November 5th. And I found, I remember the day, remember the 5th of November, because that's also one of my daughter's birthdays, as well as the day that we're going to have the Rise and Grind event, the 1000th episode of hashtag Rise and Grind, right? And so he said on November 5th, 2016, he met the love of his life. And he always wanted to be a singer, but ultimately he ended up selling cars instead of pursuing his singing career. But he would sing on the side as a hobby every single day. And in 2018, she was getting headaches and turned out that she had a mass on her brain the size of an orange. And she was battling cancer, and they went into a 10-month chemo run where she battled. And he used his gift of song, and he sang to her every single day. And by singing to her every single day, she was able to have the strength. She was able to have the strength to fight and to battle back. And ultimately now she's cancer free. And he sung that song on the America's Got Talent stage. And I cried and I wept like a baby. I wept and I wept as he celebrated his true gift. You see, he was selling cars every day as a job, and I love the auto industry. As you guys know, he was in the best industry that you could possibly be in. He was doing that as a job, but when he sang, that was his why. That was the true gift, his ability to impact. And the audience rose on their feet, and people all around the world, the tears poured out of their eyes. And this gentleman made this massive, massive impact in only 30 seconds of him displaying his gift, a gift that he had been working on for 31 years of life, singing every single day, playing the piano every single day, practicing every single day, doing whatever it took to get to that stage at 31 years old, never seeing a reward from it, never being celebrated for it, never receiving any applause for it. It wasn't until he attached it to a why. That's when he shined. That's when the universe holes just got ripped in the universe. And he was able to make a massive impact in 30 stinking seconds. So this morning, I just want to challenge you. Why is it important? We've got the how, we've got the what. I think we've done a good job of kind of like saying, okay, all right, I got to get off my rear end. I got to do whatever it takes. I think we've done a good job of that this week. But now I need you to spend some time and really reflect on why. Because if you don't understand your why, you're not going to do it. You're not going to be successful. It's not going to happen. So let's attach a why. And then let's see what happens. As a child of God, when the God of the universe says, there you are, I see you. You've decided to step into that gift that I've given you, and now you will be rewarded. Listen, my friends, if you need more videos like this, you can go to glennlundy.com. Yes, we've got like 900 of them up there. If you want to talk more about this particular subject, we'll be over on Clubhouse. You're welcome to join us over there. We're going to hang out over there for a while. We'll talk more about this there. But most importantly, go out there and kill it today. Know that I love you. If nobody's told you that yet today, I want to be the first. I absolutely stinking love you. As my brothers, as my sisters, I do. I absolutely stinking love you. I am cheering for you. I am rooting for you. I am praying for you. And ultimately, I need you. I need you to become the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Together, we rise. When you win, I win. Fair enough? Fair enough. Let's go. I'll see you tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. We'll do it all over again on hashtag Rise and Grind. Have an incredible day. See ya.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. Hashtag Rise and Grind.